Okay, good, it's recording. So today is Sunday, 11 August 2019. I'm just showing you the phones to prove the date is true and all that. Alright. This is about a Sound Design 4689 that I made a video about. And the reason why I have this up here is that this is a AKA of the same model, so it has the same features. And the reason why it's up here is because the features of my radio these are all rubbed off, so I can't tell what is what. Alright, so I just want to show this up here. We got volume, balance, bass, treble, and your three-way selector switch over there and your big old tuning knob, okay? And but these are the most important ones. I know which one's power, but these three right here, the aux in, the radio, and tape, are the ones that I have the issues with on this machine. So I'm going to stop from there, go to here, and this is the pictures. Well, okay. This is a Sanyo, whatever that is, but that's just the beginning. So, and of course, there's mine. So, but that doesn't mean nothing. So here is the front of this. It's rather dirty. It's got all the buttons, knobs, and switches, just like the other one does. And the only thing difference between the GE is that the music search thing is switched over to in front in the center, like I read about elsewhere. See, this one has it over there, alright? But again, going back to these pictures, this is the Sound Design 4689, has all the same things, but as you can see, they're all rubbed off. All of them are rubbed off, okay? And then moving along, that's this end view. That's the back view. Let me zip into that real fast. This one's got your three mics, your AM beat. This has a what is this? This is your input. This is your output, and these are speaker jacks. I didn't realize that. I thought normally they use just 3.5mm foot, but anyway, it's just a different box. This is inside. There it was just dirty. That's the other end. Okay. That's the top view. Okay. And the antenna pulled out on this as it wasn't screwed in at all. That's the bottom. Okay. And again, this is just another better picture of these here. Okay. You understand that? Right? Right, moving along. There's another picture of the back. Alright. Just overview of the back. Alright. Then takes all the same size screws, and this one has them all. Okay. Just showing where they go by pointing them in the direction of the holes they belong to. And here's the front of it. You take these knobs off. I use a little tiny fork to get behind them to pull them off with. And then here it is. It just flops out from the front. And that's looks like the inside of a regular the other one, the General Electric. Okay. And I just take a picture of this side. Take a picture of, now this is that's the Singer solitary, so you can say it's really dirty, okay. And I just want to make a note of how it clips on here, so when I go to try to unclip it without breaking it off, I stuck a little screwdriver in here and popped it off, got it out, okay. Here again, here's another picture, it's out, it's rather dirty and dusty inside, right? Okay, then here it is again, just flipped around the, well, flipped it around to see. Anyway, that's just that. We're getting some more pictures here. And here I just tried to take a picture of this to understand why this fell off or why it's broke. And another picture. And then here, this little part here, this little part right here, goes for the antenna. I didn't realize what it was until I went back and looked at my other pictures of the other Boombox. I'll get to that later. There's another picture with it in the picture. There's that little piece of metal. Okay. And just taking a good picture of this to see where everything goes, see all the dirt in here and everything. Okay. This is the other side. There's relatively nothing on this side, but I took this picture to get an idea of where these screws went and such. Here again, just taking a picture to make sure where the screws goes. There's one in that little round thing there. Again, the same. And then here, I took the one screw out, and I wanted to make sure what size and what color and what length and what everything. So I took that picture. Okay. And then this here, now I've removed the cassette deck and I want to make sure where wires go again. This is the, this wires goes to the head right here. It plugs up there right next to the recording bar switch, which I cleaned. And as you can see, it's, you know, really dirty. Okay. And then again, that's just a close-up picture to make sure that, you know, it only goes in the one way. Again, see all the dust in there? Alright. And here's just another view of that. Okay. Then here we finally we found the old belt. Here's the old belt. It was broken. Okay, the old main belt. The secondary belt, which is underneath here, right there, it's still there, but I replaced it. Okay. Alright. Another view, just an angled shot to see inside. Alright. And then here it is without the cassette deck in there. Just, you know, it's always good to know what's underneath there in case you need to know something. Again, you see all the dirt. Alright. Here's the power supply for those that are, you know, power supply hungry. This does not have a fuse. It has a location for a fuse, but there's no fuse installed, so just want to point that out. This has 5 diodes. There's 4, and then here's a 5th one over here. I don't know why, but maybe that's for just the batteries to make sure you don't connect it incorrectly. Okay, and this power lead goes to the radio, and anyway, that's it there. Okay, and just another angled view of everything. Note all the dirt and dust and such. Another angled view, why not? And then just another view of this. A view of, oh, I was taking these pictures to make a note of where the screw is. So again, there's that screw that there's only 2 screws to hold the radio in. That one and this one right there. Okay, that's it. Take those screws and the whole thing comes out. There it is. It comes right out. Okay, so, and then now this over here, I'll get to this in a moment, but this was missing the screw, and therefore that little bracket piece of metal goes there in a particular way, and it's held in place by this nub, and the screw goes there, and then you attach the antenna to it. Alright, so here it is, the radio completely out. Alright, and it's, you know, just looks like that, looks like this. And, you know, again, everything's very dirty. Okay. Here's a top view. You know, for those who want to know where the, you know, how the tuners roll along. Well, it rolls along like that. There, around these pieces, around that knob, around that reel, you know, and then back along the front. There's the, you know, there's the, you know, that thing, the pointer. Okay. So then just here again is a picture of the whole thing. Okay. And then when I took the speakers out, this happened. This only happened a few times before, but was so stuck together that the surround stayed with the, I guess the, I don't know, the cardboard paper thing, but it stayed with it, and so it you know, there's no choice. It came apart like that. So I took a picture. Okay. The other side came out just fine. See how these little cardboard inserts, the gaskets, I guess you will, they were attached to the, anyway, it's just dirty. Okay. There's both of them right there, and just, you know, set it back together, but it's definitely, you know, toast. Okay. I can get it redone, but I'm not going to. And then here is that little bracket part that fell off. I found the screw, put it in there in the right orientation. And just another view that lets you see how it goes. The antenna is now securely mounted. Okay, it goes underneath there. You put the screw in, make that flat, and it works great. And that's how it attaches with your radio. The radio attaches by just touching on this tab by that little piece of metal hanging down. That's the FM antenna. Okay. Again, that's the FM antenna with the radio installed and so on and so forth. Then this here is the last picture, I think, because as these 2 wires are your input, these are output, and these are your speakers. These, when you attach your connection, your line-in connection to this, it wasn't playing. So if you wiggled it, if you raise it up or down, it'll make contact. So all it is just a I reflowed the solder on all of these, and I just took a picture as I reflowed it, because this is, well, see how these are nice and pretty and these are ugly? I added a little bit of solder to all of these connections right here. This is just the part that holds the thing in place, that's all it is. So I added, you know, a blob of solder to all of those, and that should be it, right? It should be the last picture. Yeah, that's it. So, okay, so that's my review of that. Now I'm going to try and play this for you. I'm going to try and play this for you and show you what doesn't work, what works, what doesn't work. Alright, so now I'm going to widen this thing out. I'm only shooting this at a 4 megabyte value because I've already spent 10 minutes on here and I'm using a different camera. Alright, so using a different camera because this one doesn't break off the file at 16 minutes and 23 seconds like the other one does. So that's about it. And I don't have a remote control for this, so I'm going to try and show you the best I can right here like this. Now I have this thing already plugged in. The speakers are not attached. I do have a pair of headphones, or I have a pair of these, which are Sony, you know, little, you know, they come apart, but anyway. They're plugged into the headphone deal. But I want to try and show you, if I can, that the cassette deck does not play. It does fast forward and rewind, but that's it. It won't play because the heads won't come up. And this has got too many issues for me to try to repair it, so it's going to be a parts box for somebody, or I don't know. But so see, so this so let's give it some power, okay? And you notice the power levels come up. That we're going to get to that in a moment. But in the meantime, it's just a matter of, let me turn the volume down. Volume's all the way off. All right, so open the cassette deck, okay? Now the cassette deck buttons for the play and rewind are not on here, but anyway, there's wait. That's rewind. You hear it clicking? It's clicking because it's trying to shut off, so it won't. Let's see, wait. There it's locked in, and it just kicked out. Again, locked in, up. Locked in, kicks off. Then here is fast forward, and it'll stay there all day long. What happened here? This was working. There we go. It's stiff. I don't know if you can see the. Let's see. Can I zoom in? I have to stand up to zoom in. Well, let's do that. Let's stand up and zoom in because I've got all this stuff here. So see if I can. Yeah, that's pretty good. And if I just hold that in the way of the camera, right? So hopefully you can see that. Yeah, it looks pretty good in the camera. So it's doing that, so we can hit stop. All right. We can hit. Wait, that is okay. That's fast forward. All right. Hit stop. Then we hit rewind. Oops. There. And there's rewind, and it kicks off. Rewind, and it kicks off. Rewind, and you understand all that, right? Rewind fast. Now here's play. See if I can articulate this around and let you see play. Hit play. The capstan is turning, but it doesn't do anything. Heads don't come up at all. And let's see. Do I have a pointer? I use a screwdriver. Okay. The somebody else in the world there, I don't remember his name, but he pointed out this. Where is it? Oh, good grief! This little spring right here. This little spring right here at the end. Can we see the end of the screwdriver? Yeah. This little spring right here at the end of the screwdriver is out of place, and is actuated by this. Well, by on the other side here is the other end. Let's see, you really can't see. Let's see here. Okay. Maybe if I get a flashlight. Do we have a flashlight handy? Oh, let's see here. Yeah, let's get a flashlight. Okay, so, yeah, there we go. That, okay. Let's see, so if I can get the, okay, so if I come over here, so, can't point at it, but right there beneath the head is a little pin sticking out. That's the spring that needs to be come back up underneath the plastic head of this to make it raise, I guess. And then the other end of the spring, I can't, okay, there it is. It's on top of the beige colored, well, you can't see. Wait, let me get my, the other part of the spring there is on top of the beige colored deal. It's near the base of the metal. See, if I trade the light for this, it's right down here, okay? Can you see that? Anyway, so, anyway, the bottom line is this, let me see if I can show you this running by hitting the play. Am I going to run out of camera? Run out of camera. Well, let's see here. We can, let's see if we can just move the camera a little bit. Alright, that's good. Alright, so here it is. So this is play. Alright, so we hit play. And you see see it rolling along, but nothing happened. Alright, so if we hit stop, which is that one, we can hit, that's the one that's rewind, and this is fast forward. Okay, here, well, anyway, so it fast forward, it rewinds, but it does not play. Okay, so so have we had enough fun yet? Right, so here is this. All right, let's see here. So now, well, am I spending too much time on this tape deck? I mean, yeah, I guess so. So let's hopefully I've explained that well enough. It just takes these three things here and see here. I'm going to hold it up to the camera. Hold it up to the camera, yeah. So anyway, here, well, you can't see that. You see, I'm trying to hold the camera, look in the finder and all that, but here is this thing. You know, it's complete. I rebelted it, but it just doesn't work. All right, so much for that. So we're gonna just put this off to the side. All right. Now we're gonna go to the electronics of this thing, and that's where we're coming to the second issue of this radio, and that is we have again a set of speakers. Okay. Let me get one of my cell phones. Which one? The orange one. Okay, and we plug in. See, wait. I need to wide out from that. Okay, so wide out from that. All right, that's good. All right, so wide out from that. Then you can show me. So now, all right. So I got my phone plugged in. And I turn it to the VLC. Go to the SD card. And go to that famous song. Here it is, and start playing that. So that's playing now. All right. Then what I want to see, you see the cell phone is almost out of camera. Okay, I put it there like that. Okay, so now these three buttons. Let me go back to my picture on the computer so I can remember. All right, this is aux in. This is radio. This is tape. This is CRO2 or normal. This is your meter or tuning button. This is your stereo accent on or off, and this is your loudness on or off. So the only button that you can see that's going to work is going to be the third one over, which is meter. So that's, anyway, that's just the meter showing, I guess, battery and tuning. Okay, so if I go over here, well, yeah, that's right. What? Can you see that full screen? I don't know. Let's see. Have I got the thing in full screen? Yeah, I just need to come up a bit. Okay. And zoom in a bit. Oh, no, the other way. That's pretty, okay, that's pretty close. All right. Maybe if I turn this light off. We don't need this anymore, do we? No. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Okay. All right, so, what do I want to show? Okay, what was it, the fourth? What, 1, 2, 3, this one, the third one. So there it is with the volume off. All right, so now, well, okay, so the issue is that these 4 buttons right here, they are push on and push off. All right, you see that? They push on, push off, right? But these don't lock in place. That's the whole issue with this radio, aside from the tape deck, okay? So they don't lock in place. So, what's this one? This is tape. So if we put tape, there's no tape deck anymore because they took it out. It's over there. It doesn't work. So if we put it on, what's the middle one? Radio. Let me turn the volume up. I don't know if you can hear it. What do we tune it?
Anywhere. There's so much to love.
You see the tuning light works, right? But that only works if you hold your finger on the button. You let go and you get that. Now going back here to line in, I've got to push the button on line in, wake up the phone again. Come on, wake up. And play this again, so now we're playing that. You run the volume up. So that works. And of course, I know you can't hear it, but there's the balance. Okay, that works great. And that's all the bass in the world. Take the bass out. And there's the treble. Yeah, so all this works like that, but the whole problem is if you let go of this, you go back to that. Okay? That's what happens. So, there's
because that's a guy whose mobility is a big part of his game.
The radio, or the radio,
the body type
or that,
he has.
or tape if the tape deck was working, but these won't lock into place. So.
Andrew Luck, I feel like
I understand that, so everything works. And lastly, turn the volume off. Alright, lastly, like I said, I took this thing apart and I tried getting the speakers out, okay, and what was it, this side is still dirty, but I was able to clean the front of this here, but this speaker here is intact, okay, but this one here came all apart. You see that there? So I'm sad about that. This can be fixed. Just take it to your local reconing shop where they put new surrounds in and all that. So I'll put this all back together and everything, but this speaker speaker works, but it's just not going to have the right kind of bass or right kind of sound to it because the surround is not connected to the basket of the speaker. This is the basket. Okay, this is the magnet. Then you got your spider, which is your other surround, and so on and so forth. But anyway, so it has, all the other speakers are good. It's been cleaned somewhat better than the horrible dirty mess it was before. But I'm just sad that these function buttons here do not lock in place. And I've been all through this trying to figure out what is wrong. And with this particular radio, you cannot get to, let's see here. Okay, I have the phone plugged in, so let me unplug the phone, all right? And let me just unplug the power from the back. All right, so no more power. Unplug this, all right? And I didn't put any screws in here, so the whole thing will just flop out, all right? So what I'm trying to show you here is there's a big piece of plastic right here that screws into one of the screws to hold the radio in place and all that, but still, these little blue things right here, let's see here, those little blue things right there, they jump up with a piece of metal to help lock it in place and then they move out of the way again. Well, these three here, I can't tell if they have that, and also these supposed to have a little piece of I can't explain it. These three are supposed to have where you press in one, the other two jump out. You press this one in, the other two jump out. You press that one in, these other two jump out. So that's missing. Okay, so that may be part of the issue, but I can't get underneath here, and I really can't separate. I can separate the motherboard from this big piece of plastic, but if I do that, I have to undo the string, and I really didn't want to do that, so I'm just not going to do that with this. Okay, so this has a good amplifier. It has a good preamp section. Okay, and like I said, these three function switches right here need to be renewed with a new something. The power switch works, and the what is it? The loudness works. The stereo accent works, which is your stereo wide or ambience, whatever you want to call it. The tuner meter works, like I showed briefly, and then the tape button. Well, you know, CRO2 or whatever. Well, the tape deck is in, you know, sad shape. The buttons will go on, but I didn't put them on because just didn't get that far. So I'm going to take my belts out of here because belts are kind of a commodity. And I don't know. I might take out the motor as well, but decide about that. But definitely get my belts out. Okay, so this has a good back. You know, it has a good back, as you can see. Has a good back. It's all there. The antenna is. Let's see. Let's show that. Let's see. The antenna is, you know, practically new, just dirty. Pulls in, pulls out, nice and. Can you see that? Yeah. Pulls out, pulls in real nicely. It, you know, I just tighten the screw, and of course it, you know, articulates because I showed you earlier. I put that screw in. It has all snick places and everything. So if you have a Blockbuster General Electric and you need a back, I'm pretty sure that this will work as a back. It just says, you know, different stuff on the back. It has extra holes that you may not use. And I have the battery cover for this. Where'd the battery cover go? How did I do the battery cover? Yeah, here's the battery cover and cord. Okay, so it's in good shape. It's got all its pieces, all the little things will snick in place. Okay, so there it is. So that's my review of this. I wish it. You know, I didn't pay a lot for it when I got it, but I bought it. I don't know how many years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. If you're interested in it, just, you know, send me a message. I'll ship it to you for the cost of shipping it to you, okay? So it might be like 30 bucks, I'm guessing. Because I don't do anything half-assed. I try to do it correctly when I go to shipping things. So I use plenty of bubble wrap and all that. Alright, so, but like I said, it, you know, the tape deck will need belts because I'm going to take them out for sure. And the amplifier works, the speakers work. Actually, the box is in good shape. It just needs to have the, let's see. It just needs, let's just remove this for a second. Okay. Alright, so that, this, you know, if you don't mind, you know, taking the little thing, undoing the glue and, you know, pulling tabs off and such, and, you know, this one's, you know, got a little bit of rust on it, so does this one. The tweeters have more rust on it than anything else. But again, they just, you know, 2 or 3 little pins. You just pull them out, and you can, you know, spray paint them and such. Well, there it is. So there's the inside of that. It looks like this. Okay. All the everything is rubbed off on the front. That's why I use the other one there, because it's similar. Okay, it just says this one. I like this one better because this one has the tweeters further over rather than having them in the center. It's a moot point. I mean, what's the difference between having the tweeters here and having them here? But, you know, it's just that I want the tweeters far apart to get the better stereo separation that I can get out of a small box like this. Okay, so I don't know what else more to say. I think I've covered it all. Probably gone over. Let's see, is it show? Wow, 29 minutes? Oh wow. We never do this with the other camera. Okay, well, let me just wide this thing out. All right, whoops, the other way. Okay, so here we are. Hi. I've had too much fun playing with this thing. I'm going to put it all back together and just, again, get my belts out of here and put it back together and move on to the next radio. I don't know what that is. I really don't. I do have a few projects up here on the table, but I may go work on something different just because I can. Alright, so here, let's wave the camera around a little bit. Let me take it off the tripod. Okay, so alright, so now just alright, so I've got the, let's see, I'll wide out first fully on this thing. It's 30 minutes, wow. Okay, that's wide out as far as this will go. So I got the silver here, which I've got the I got the motor, I got that there, I got a brand new set of motors. I've got the Iowa here, which I went to boxes for you and I bought boxes and they gave me a thing. Okay, and I got the other silver over here and I got, I don't even remember what that is. Oh, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Just okay, so I got these little project boxes, that box, got more wire. Alright, well, and you know, I took out the alternators out of my truck. That's the original one. That's a 250 amp alternator, and right now I have a newer 136 amp in there. Okay, well, I've had too much fun. Hope you enjoyed watching this really long video. I wish I could have made this work, but I can't, so I'm not going to, and I'm not going to waste any more time on it. So, hope you enjoyed. I got to move along. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Got to go. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.